1 year into the Perikatan National Administration, electoral watchdog Bersih 2.0 reiterates calls for reforms to prevent party hopping. Chairperson Thomas Fann warned that excessive incumbency advantages will lead to more defectors among elected representatives and undermine the country's parliamentary democracy.
The Sheraton move basically kind of opened up a Pandora box of issues, and it actually exposes the weaknesses in our political system, structural weaknesses. And I think people realize that they can do this and get away with it. It is not illegal to defect, and in defection it comes with a lot of rewards as well, ministerial posts, and able to hold the government to ransom and different things.
According to Thomas, one of the key reasons for defections is the unequal treatment received between a government lawmaker and an opposition lawmaker.
We see that part of the problem why people defect is that often they defect to be with the government of the day, to escape any sort of potential prosecution or investigation into what has happened, because right now the Attorney General is also the public prosecutor, is one and the same person. Whereas the Attorney General primary function is really to advise the government of the day, whereas the public prosecutor's function is to decide who to prosecute. So oftentimes we find this problem where the people in oppositions are filed with charges or investigated. So there has to be a separation of the two offices.
Thomas also said that one of the common reasons offered by defectors is the need for constituency development fund in order to serve their constituency well.
The system has been in place for a long time, at least from the 70s until now. And under the Berita national government, it is just common knowledge that if you are not with government, you get zero. Under Pakatan Harapan at G14, Pakatan Harapan improved a little bit in the sense that the opposition get about 100,000. I'm just talking about the federal level MPs. That continue under Perikatan, but the MPs aligned with the government gets about 3.5 to 3.7 million a year in CDF to give out to local development needs as they see fit within a certain criteria. Now, I think whether we need this or not depends on the constituency. I think in more rural constituency, there is probably justification because not all development reaches down to that level in the rural area. But in the more urban area where you normally do see the local authorities and state government and federal government addressing development in those areas, there's less justification to need to use this CDF. And especially, I think voters in urban area didn't vote for an MP because they expect the MP to receive this fund. They voted for change.
When asked whether there are valid reasons for defections, Thomas said that not all who left their party are for bad reasons.
It is within the rights of an elected person to associate himself with parties. And not all defections or people leaving their party are for bad reasons. It really depends on the circumstances. Many years ago, when Syaril Samad left UMNO, our principal disagreement with the party leadership, he contested again and he won as an independent against UMNO. And what about the last election before that? Of course, when you talk about people leaving, you also got to talk about people who were sacked by their party leadership for disagreement, like Muhyiddin Yassin himself and Shafiq Abdal. Najib sacked them, and so there has to be that. Well, I think disagreement with the direction of the party. For example, if a party that won an election on a certain promises, but then decided to go the other way and not fulfill those promises, or a party that has become kleptocratic, I think MPs have to have that freedom to be able to disagree with their leadership, even to the point of leaving the party. I think if that is the case, the people will support that. So that's why our recommendation for recall elections return the option to the voters of that constituency to decide whether this action by the MP is justified or not. So I say they